Hi, my name is Jonathan Vizcara, and today we are doing an interview Mock 1, where we will be answering interview questions chosen by the class team. The first question is, can you describe a time that you had to place high attention to detail while in a fast-paced environment? Great question, and yes, I can describe a time where recently I was chosen to work with our department consultant to create a training guide for future hiring classes. This was a requirement by our internal auditing group that we had to do for the department, as the previous training guides were obsolete. So I had experience in this before in creating a guide within 2 weeks. However, with the team I had, we had to create 3 specific facilitation guides in under a week and a half. So I took initiative by taking one of those completely and understanding the guidelines and requirements that our internal auditing group had left. Specifically, the detail on this is to make sure that all of the procedures were crunched down to the most important items and placed in the facilitation guide so that new hire classes can get a better understanding of what they're going to do in the role. And so when I took that information back, I actually had to go over procedures in detail and take that essentially and create activities out of this so I could place it in this training guide. The training guide, it was built to be used in a classroom for approximately 3 days. And so we did end up meeting the deadline of about a week and a half, where all 3 items were completed. But also later on, I had the opportunity to facilitate this training guide and had great success in being able to provide those activities to a new hiring class. The second question asks, what is it about this company that interests you, and why do you see yourself fitting in? Great question. I see myself fitting in with the company Wells Fargo because I would describe my strengths as having a hard work ethic. I enjoy helping others succeed. I embrace change, and I can truly say I hold true to my values. Wells Fargo as a company has been, it was funded over a century ago and is now a household name for finance. But it has shown its true values within the most recent years. It's continually evolving and it's learning how to become better for its customers and its employees. And so when I self-reflect, I see myself fitting in being employed with this company because it creates a platform where I can both help my peers, but I can also do something every day that is helping customers build themselves financially. Wells Fargo themselves has shown strong emphasis in change year after year, and again for the better for their customers and employees. And most recently, they've had a lot of challenges in holding themselves self-accountable to their values, but have shown to prove this and time to time evolve to show the public that they are holding themselves accountable. And I am proud to be part of a company in that environment. And the last question we have is, what is your greatest weakness and how did you overcome it? So, interestingly enough, in self-reflection, I understand that I have a very harmonistic approach. I would describe that as I love to get along with everyone. I like to work with everyone and learn from my peers and supervisors. So providing critical feedback to my peers and delegates can sometimes struck me as a challenge. So my approach to this was to next time that I had a critical feedback, that I would set common ground. An example of this is where I had to provide feedback to a peer of mine where she had set direction that previously was correct, but after a most recent communication, she was incorrect. And usually this peer needs a little bit more time of understanding before she can accept this change. So I set common ground by showing the communication, and I even went ahead and challenged that others may not know this. So we brought this up to the most nearest leadership meeting and discussed the new communication and how some of us may be doing things differently. What was good about this is that we were able to spotlight a challenge in the communication and then fix our reporting along with having a clear communication for the entire department. And what first started as critical feedback, rather than being any sort of confrontation, we continued a harmonistic approach throughout the department. Those are the 3 questions that we have today. Thank you for your time and having me in this interview.